What's going on, y'all? Hope everyone's having a great day, and I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel. So if you are, definitely go ahead and subscribe, like, hit the bell button, all the BS that goes along with it. You know, something I think it's a requirement for people that make YouTube videos to say over time, but it is what it is. But moving along, guys, I want to talk about something, and it's 10 tools that I forget I have. And you guys probably have a drawer full of tools as well that you forget about. Things that really can come in handy when needed. Like in that one situation where you want to just slam your head into a sharp corner like I always want to do. So yeah, those type of tools. Guys, to start off with, I deal with a lot with hydraulics, right? I hate hydraulic oil. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate the mess it makes. I hate it running down my arms. I hate it running down my hair, in my armpit, you know, down in the butt crack, down in the nether regions of the front part, you know. It's a mess. I bathe in it. It's wonderful. Everyone should experience it. But in case you don't want to experience it, they make these cool little hydraulic plugs, right? Just kind of pop it off. Yes, you might get a little messy, but pop it off and pop it in. These things come in handy. They're cheap. I went down to my local Pertec, picked up like 6 of these, 2 in one size, 2 in another, and 2 in a bigger size. They come in handy, guys. Something to keep in mind, especially if you work in hydraulics or any type of fluid, you know, flow type thing. Just shove them in there and they stick in their hole. Shove a couple things in somewhere and hope it sticks in a hole. But anyways, that's another topic. And we're going to go back through and look at some of these tools afterwards and kind of go through, maybe snip some stuff here and snip some stuff there, you know, whatever's clever, right? This is just a plug. It's not really anything spectacular, but I'm sure Amazon has them. But I will be trying to put Amazon links in this. Trying to do better about that, guys. I do have the mind of a child and I forget a lot. But moving on. These things come in handy. These are drill bits. They are not regular drill bits, though. These are through a company called K&Cut. They're not exactly cheap, but it's a 1/16 to 1/4 inch drill bit. These are 3/8 right here. Okay, so that's different. But I don't know if you can see that. It's got a carbide tip on it. And the beautiful thing about these guys, they're not to be used all the time. These are ones when you get in that really crappy situation. You're slow and controlled with these things to get through whatever you're drilling through. These things come in handy for drilling out old bolts and things of that nature. So something to look into. We'll kind of do a little overlay of this. All right, guys, we're going to take a look at this K&Cut drill bit set. The carbide drill bits, they're pretty sweet. Here's all the information on them. I mean, these things really saved me a couple times. I mean, I absolutely love them. It's all cruddy looking and all that. I probably should have grabbed a better example. I don't know what's on that, but it's probably drilling through some stuff that I probably shouldn't have been. Yeah, as you can see, that's what the drill bit looks like. Biggest thing, firm pressure, drill slow, use a lot of lubricant, do their job and they keep their shape without burning through them. So absolutely cool set of bits for me. I love them. They come in handy. Next tool up on the list, guys. Something I forget I have a lot, and I don't know why. Maybe because it sits on the bottom drawer of the roll cart tucked away. But this is an Irwin Hansen tap and die set. It's a 117 piece set. It's kind of a cumbersome pig to deal with because, you know, whatever. But it comes with a bunch of drill bits and things of that nature. Like I said, we'll take a look at this here in a second. All right, a close-up look on the Irwin Hansen, guys. The 117 piece tap and die set. So if I can get this open, it's got a little pouch. Apparently it's got 41 pieces that I've probably lost. But it's got different drill bits. It's got some extractors in it, all kinds of fun stuff for everybody. It's something everyone should be able to enjoy. It's a fantastic tool. I do like Irwin products. Granted, I feel like these have kind of gone downhill a little bit. I've snapped a few too many. They kind of get, I don't have the metals to hard and it's gotten brittle in the process of them making this, but it definitely feels like it's easy to snap. From my understanding, this is the same set through that Snap-on sales. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what I've been told, and all that stuff that Irwin does their stuff. I could be wrong on that, guys, and if I am, please correct me and let me know. There's an overall look at it. I have a clutch jumbo tap and die set that's buried in that drawer, and it's all the way down there. So normal stuff, this thing saved my rear end several times. So great set to have, guys, and there's the information on it. Great tool to have. So yeah, look into one if you don't have one. So when you're done dealing with tap and die sets and you realize you just snapped the tap off in something, you just want to feel like you turn on that dido and cry in a corner because, well, you're in your feelings at that point. I think we've all been there. And all you want to do is go home and start slinging back bottles of beer and just sitting on the couch contemplating, why did I decide to be a mechanic? Why do I do this to myself? Because I like to be beat? Then you realize I married a 5'3" woman that I could use as an armrest that beats me with a telephone book. God bless that woman. You know, men need a woman like that in their life that keeps you in line, because I'm a child, guys. I've said this before, I'll say it again over and over. So when you snap that tap off, guys, these things right here, this is through Walton. I've talked about these on the channel prior, but these are tap extractors. You snap one of these off, and you snap a tap off, you can break one of these guys out. We'll get through, do a little, I don't want to necessarily do a demonstration on it because, I don't want to break any taps. But you see those? I'll bring you in for a close-up here in a minute, but if you break these off, you just trim them down and reuse it up until there's nothing left. You get more pieces through Walton, you're good to go. Nifty little tool to have, come in handy. Save me from just going insane a time or two. All the information right there. These things come in handy. These are a lifesaver. They're, if I remember right, they're about 70, 80 bucks. But guys, that 70, 80 bucks, if it saves you, that might be worth it to you. Saves you a couple times, it's definitely worth it. These things are great. I absolutely love having them. Sorry about the camera if it's a little shaky, but they got me out of a few different jams. You use the tap and die set a lot, I highly suggest you put this along with it in the same drawer. So, guys, there's that. There's a pack of cigarettes, there's a lighter. And I'm just sweating and all that fun stuff. So, anyways, moving on, guys. If you like the fun and exciting of playing with electrical connections and wires and finding broken ones and all that fun stuff, and something just to drive you wild and kind of playing with your multimeter all the time, well, this is a tool that I love. I usually get halfway through a job and realize, oh, by the way, I have this. This is this Power Probe ECT 3000. One of those tools that's kind of a pain in the rear to break out because all the wires and all that stuff, and rolling it back up sucks. But guys, this thing, using this Power Probe ECT 3000, this thing comes in handy for me, guys, when I sit there and I work on a lot of equipment trailers. And a lot of the times going on job sites, wires get snagged on stuff, things get speared up into them, they're starting to drop down and end up getting crushed in between the axle and the frame of the trailer. And just little stupid things that this helps me pinpoint the problem quick, and I can effectively do my job and get it done quicker. That way I'm not getting harassed by management. So that's a wonderful thing in itself. Absolutely love this. Here's a Power Probe ECT 3000, guys. Close up look at this. Absolutely love this little tool. When I remember to use it. Here's all the attachments for it. Here's the thing to pierce the wires. You got all kinds of different things for this. Got a long length of wire for this thing, so it stretches out pretty good. Definitely works out with equipment trailers and all kinds of things of that sort. Get up to 12 volt and it just does its thing. This sends all the signal. This detects the signal. Then you just run this down and it'll either do a long beep or it won't beep at all. And that kind of gives you your information. Set it at different things. It's pretty cool. It finds shorts and opens, different levels of adjustment as far as how audible it does. You can set it where it's just lights, because this thing does get annoying, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. But that's a look at the Power Probe ECT 3000. Next up on the list, guys, I love it. It's a fantastic tool. I forget about it, and when I usually remember it, it's sitting dead in its case, and it's just a whole rigmarole of dealing with the dumb stuff. Having to sit on the charger, usually have a couple smoke breaks. Granted, I can break out the Altel 906 BT and all that stuff. It has the same thing as this. This one I'm not afraid to kind of abuse. This is the MV460. I think I paid about $300 for this. Takes pictures. It's a nice thing. My only complaint about this, to be honest with you, my buddy Gino's came and played with his over at my shop, kind of helped me diagnose an issue. And his diagnostic camera has a camera on the side. So sticking this down in a cylinder, you're just not getting that bottom view, you're getting a side view. So I really wish this MV460 had it. I have to check and see if they make one with it, that way I can get that for this. But this thing comes in handy. I have a lot of fuel issues. People forgetting to put the caps on the equipment's fuel tanks. You know, it's constantly in terrible environments, so it gets a lot of mud and debris in there. Guys, I throw this thing in the fuel tank. Just run it right in the diesel. I see everything with this. Fantastic. I love it. So, all in all, a great tool. I mean, I find all kinds of other stuff. If I drop a bolt and it's in a stupid spot, I can run this down and check. Just various little things that you don't really think about until, oh, I have this. Comes in handy. Absolutely love it. Here's this MV, so Mike Victor 460 Maxi Video Altel tool. This is what the kit comes with. It comes with your little eye camera deal. Comes with a charger. Comes with whatever that is. I don't know what that is. It just sits in there. But that's pretty much it. It's a lot of case for not a lot of tool. Takes up a bunch of space, but it's in its proper home. I don't know if I'm going to keep it in this case when I move to the new shop to save more room for tools, all that type of stuff, but fantastic tool to have. Guys, I highly recommend it. Every one of you watching, if you don't have an inspection camera, go get one. Another thing that's kind of a pain to put away. Now, kind of moving more into hand tools now, guys. I know. I like playing with razor blades, you know, the whole down the road, not across the street. You know, I get bored, right? I got the mind of a child. These things, these carbide scrapers, I have a few of these things. I forget about them because I'm so used to playing with razor blades, scraping gaskets off with that. These things have proved to come in handy time and time again when I remember them. It's just getting in the process because I don't do a lot with, like, I don't do a lot of big gasket jobs. So this thing, it works out, does its job. Next up, and bear in mind, I have a ton of pry bars, right? I love my, I believe it's a 52-inch Mayhew pry bar. I believe that's the size of it. Love that pry bar. But I got a straight tipped one. And guys, not knowing you need a straight tip pry bar until you have one, it just changes everything. This is a game changer for me. With doing what I deal with in tight spots and all that stuff and having to leverage stuff out this way, it's nice to just be able to spear this thing in and push back and send it instead of having to fight at different angles. So I would highly recommend one of these to anybody. This is a fantastic product. I mean, sure there's other brands that make them, but Snap-on is the one that I have. And this is part number MP9S24 Alpha. It's a long part number for this little guy. But I keep wanting to find longer ones through Snap-on, just kind of keeping the roll cart. But fantastic product. Glad I bought this. It comes in handy. Now, The PWZs. I know. It's one of those things. There are other companies that make these. Baco, I believe Baco is owned by Snap-on. Something along those lines. It's the same exact tool. I mean, this says made in Spain on it. These things are great for any type of bending of metal and things of that nature, being that I have to fabricate a bunch of stuff. These things come in handy. Bending stuff, I mean, I'm a bigger dude. I mean, I weigh about 270, 275. I'll sit there, lock these down, and just jump on it. You know, just really put my weight into it. And I know I've seen pictures online of these things snapped, all that stuff. Thankfully, I have not snapped these yet. They're about 3 years old, 4 years old, and they do their job. I'm not putting my hands on these a lot, but when I do, like, I'm thankful for these. These things are not only look good in the box, but they come in handy, guys. Definitely suggest it to anyone and everyone. Now, everyone's got ratchets, I hope. I know we're in the age of moving into electricity and all that fun stuff. You got to have all the latest and greatest electrical tools. But how are you set for a long ratchet? Now, I am not a fan of this Matco just for the simple fact of this feels like a woman's adult toy to handle. Not a fan of it. It's not terrible in the hand, but just it's too hard, in my opinion. This is a locking flex head. This has been a great ratchet. It's 33 inches long. When you get in those really stupid spots and you gotta put some ass into it, this is a great ratchet. And I like the fact that I could change angles. I have other ratchets. I've got a lot of 18-inch length, half-inch drive ratchets and things of that nature. But guys, having a long ratchet, half-inch drive ratchet, something I feel every tech needs in their toolbox, guys. A long ratchet. Like I said, this is 33 inches. I believe Snap-on has it up to 30, I think. Who knows? Maybe they got a bigger one. If they do, I'm definitely buying it. But this thing, it's just, it's worth its weight in gold to me. I use this a lot. I hate using it, but when I get that, light bulb moment in my head, like, oh, I have this, I could just go break up the Matco ratchet, I do. So, fantastic tool. I can't complain about it too much. And this is the Matco ratchet. It's just a regular Matco ratchet, guys. It's long and hard. It's a weird bend. It's kind of familiar feeling. But, yeah. The handle kind of feels wonky, but it is what it is. Good ratchet, guys. Get yourself a long ratchet if you don't got one. Stupid handle. I do want the purple Matco ratchets because those things are just cool looking, the purple with the black. But I don't need to be spending any more money on those right now. I don't need another truck account, so it is what it is. But, guys, these are 10 tools. And you know what? I got another tool. Yeah. And this isn't for me to go be a Mexican American in the bathroom, hanging out, smoking the peace pipe, whatever. This is a great tool to have to relieve stress because it comes along with these guys. Just kidding. This is great for, shrink wrap and things of that nature. So, guys, always keep a lighter in your toolbox. And, maybe you get the bright idea to grab the, brake cleaner and find your favorite coworker and chase them around with a flamethrower. I mean, that's on you. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, all that nonsense I'm required to tell you all about because the YouTube gods tell me this all the time or they beat me. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Take it easy and keep wrenching.